Good evening, everyone, and this is my analysis for the global indices for the week commencing the 9th of February 2020. So I'm starting off here with the Dow, and I spoke last week about having, either a monthly retracement if we broke the low of the monthly candle, or at least a weekly retracement. We did have that weekly retracement. We had a very strong recovery. I did suggest the possibility of a bounce off this level of support, and because we've been having a lot of that lately, so we've kind of have a pullback and a strong reaction to that. And just want to highlight this as well. If I compare these recent highs here, we get some divergence in terms of the, let me just minimize this quickly, reduce price. I'll get some bearish divergence on these indicators here. That's a little bit of a concern for me, indicating the potential for some strong resistance up here, at least on the daily. But also, though we get a fresh high in price here, you can see it's actually much lower on both the MACD and the RSI. So usually what that implies is potential for, I'll leave that actually up for now, that potential for a bit of exhaustion coming into the market. But at the same time, there's no doubt that it's disregarded that last candle. We'll have to see how February closes. For the moment, it is quite bullish and looks intent on resuming the uptrend. Comparing this then to the S&P 500, same thing again. We've got a fresh high up here. We have got price broken through recent resistance, pulling back to test that as support. Strong bullish weekly candle over there. We're actually fine over here as well on the monthly, and we're just noting a bit of that potential, as I say, potential exhaustion. Doesn't mean the market can't produce another couple more fresh highs as this increases before it has another correction. So I'm going to just, what it means in terms of trading for me is just caution. It just means I'm going to look to take profit off the table. I'll probably trade more aggressively in terms of profit taking. Now, then having a look at the Nasdaq, which has just historically been one of the most bullish of the bunch. Really strong bullish response recovery last week. The best performer. It's in a nice uptrend on the daily. Any kind of a pullback into the moving averages could present some bullish opportunities. Again, although we've clearly got a higher high here, we could see the lower high on the MACD and RSI. That's where my concern comes in. But having said that, all of this is looking really nice and strong. Are we due at some point for a retracement? Naturally, yes, we are. The question is, I'm keeping an eye out for it here. But the fact of the matter is, it is a bull market. Okay. Then just this week, it's interesting to me. The Russell 2000 has produced a lower high at this point in time. It's a little bit more of a rejection on that weekly, and actually it's got no clear trend, because this is the previous swing low, which then produced a high, which now has been broken. Okay, so this has broken through resistance. It's still trying to find support there, and just noting that we've got a swing high there, which could end up seeing it head lower this week. So basically, I'm prepared for outcomes now, because although we have been bullish, I'm just seeing a bit of that exhaustion coming. It just means that I'm more cautious as I approach this. Looking at the FTSE 100, there's also now price having broken through, come back to test previous support, has found some resistance there so far. Again, the weekly candle was really bullish. So overall, the performance of the week was really nice and strong. And looking at it on a monthly basis, it's still more bullish than bearish. But just going to see how it unfolds. Does price immediately recover this week and break through that resistance and disregard it, or does it come back down and give us a fresh low? Okay, so I've just got to keep that in mind. The times when the markets are clearly bullish, and there's times when they're unsettled. And at the moment, it's not clearly bullish, and this is where my cautiousness comes from. Strong here, looking at the DAX, all right, really nice and strong. It is up against historical resistance, but it is very keen to break through that. So again, if the US markets continue to climb, it's likely to just follow through, and we'll see that happen. Then looking at the French CAC as well, here's a bit of a swing high on the daily, but again, really bullish on the weekly. The weeklies just look so good. Then having a look at the Euro stocks. So showing this, it's got a fresh high, bit of a swing high there as well. The weekly again looks great. The monthly looks good, a little bit in terms of overextension, but not that bad. But you can just see on the daily, the MACD hitting lower. So the momentum indicators are without a doubt bearish, but price action itself is bullish. So this is where that disagreement comes with. And then finishing off here with the ASX, the Australian index here as well. This has got a bit of a climb. That weekly looks really nice and bullish. So last week's candle, indecision, but nice and bullish. Beautiful reaction off these previous highs. So that's actually testing and looks as though it's attempting to find support, and I'm looking to see a follow through on that. And this was a bit of a lagger over the last year, but it's caught up and it's been performing really well. So if anything, that's implying that there's still a lot of kind of steam in the markets, and so I would lean towards bullish outcomes rather than bearish outcomes at this point in time. Obviously, the whole point of doing a weekly analysis is to assess if clarification arrives for the next week. All right, so I'll leave you with that. Thanks.